holiday fragrance gifts for women that are under $100. So, you know, you're starting to get ready to buy some things for the holidays, but you don't want to spend that much. I've got the perfect list. And as always, everything I mention is going to be affiliate links down in the description down below. Now, I'm going to start with the number one best-selling fragrance ever, which is Chanel No. 5. So, be careful with this when you buy this. Some people really do not like it. Other people will die for this fragrance. So, you know, just kind of, you know, feel it out. Try to figure out if the person you're buying this for really likes this or really does not like it. So the thing about this is that it is a classic floral aldehyde fragrance. So you first put it on, really nice feminine florals, and then it sinks down into some really delicious warmer notes, primarily some woodsy notes, a little bit of amber, a little bit of musk. So this is a very, very classic, elegant fragrance for women. It's been kind of the fragrance of elegance for since the 1920s, since it came out. So this is pretty much the go-to fragrance for women because it is so reliable, so it has a really good longevity. I would say, you know, 7 to 8 hours on it, which is really good for floral fragrances. And it mainly lasts that long because of those warmer base notes that grounds the fragrance. Now, besides that, it also has really good projection. You know, people will notice it around the room as soon as you put it on. And despite being one of the most popular fragrances in the world, it still maintains a sense of uniqueness with its really nice notes that it has. So this is a really good option if you don't know what else to buy. Because I would say the majority of people like this fragrance. And you know, it's light while still being cozy, so you kind of get the best of both worlds with this one. And it's under $100, it's about $90-ish, sometimes even less, maybe around $80. It depends. But yeah, really good option here. Then, if you want to go for something a little bit heavier and muskier, but still feminine, I would say that a really good option is Obsession by Calvin Klein. And you could see how much this was enjoyed by the fact that it's completely empty. This is, I mean, classic from the 80s. Everyone wore it in the 80s. Less so now, but that gives it a better chance to stand out and attract attention. This is super musky, super woodsy, and super ambery. So, you know, you got those three things that make it really, really heavy, really attractive. It has a little bit of vanilla, I believe, as well. And it's just nice. This is super powerful. Now, you know, don't get this if you know someone that you're getting this for doesn't like strong fragrances, because it's very, very strong. 9 hours longevity, easy. You know, 8 to 9 hours-ish, just like super powerful. It can really cut through just a crowd of people. And of course the projection, you know, people across the room, people from another room will be able to smell this. So really, really, you know, just solid option. It's, you know, it's pretty different from what's considered a feminine fragrance today, which is more floral and sweet and fruity. This is like pure musk and woodsiness. So, you know, keep that in mind, but it's still really, really nice. And it does still have a sense of femininity. It's just really strong and different from today. Then besides this, which is, I would say it's about $80, 70 to 80, it depends again on the time of year that you get it, but pretty affordable as well. Then moving on from this, if you want something fresh and really affordable, I would say this is from Old Navy, Sea Salt and Fig. This is one of my kind of go-to fragrances for the summer specifically. I love how fresh this is. This is super feminine, super light. It has obviously sea salt and fig in it. Those are pretty much the main two notes. The fig is nice and sweet without being too sugary, and then you got the aquatic sea salts coming in to kind of balance out that fruity sweetness. So you're getting this really nice balance. It reminds me of going to the beach, you know, just very oceanic, very summertime. It could be good for the spring as well. It's a little bit too cold and fresh for the cold weather, but you know, it is pretty versatile other than that. Longevity, obviously it's a lighter fragrance, so not super great longevity. 4-ish hours, I would say. Projection is alright. I would say it's pretty moderate. People, you know, around you can definitely smell this on you. It's not too intimate, which is good. And price on this, it's usually around $30 to $40. So definitely more on the affordable side. You get a pretty decently sized bottle as well. So, you know, mostly bonuses with this one besides longevity, but, you know, light fragrances don't usually last that long anyway. Moving on then to a pretty popular one. I would say Versace Bright Crystal. This is the most inoffensive fragrance you could get. If you want to get someone a fragrance and you just cannot figure out what to get them and you don't want to, you know, get something that they dislike, just get this. I've never met anyone who dislikes this. If you know, anytime you go on to a website to buy this, there's like 20,000 5-star reviews on this thing. It is just so likable, so agreeable, you cannot go wrong with it. So you can get an idea of the notes here. It has some florals, some fruits, peony, you know, pomegranate. It is not, you know, naturally sweet, not sugary sweet too much really. It has a certain freshness to it. You know, it has a little bit of an ice note for that fresh, cold feeling. It's a little bit kind of, you know, reminiscent of a scented body wash a little bit, which some people really like. Longevity, I would say 5 to 6 hours, leaning more towards 5. Not super, you know, great on longevity, but the overall scent that it has is really feminine, really nice, and like I said, super agreeable. So you can't really go wrong with it. It's kind of just like, you know, I don't know what to get, so I'm gonna get this, and this would be a good option. Price on this usually around $60 to $70, so sometimes 80, but you know, it depends. So pretty good. It also depends on the size of the bottle you get, of course. And then the last one that I have to mention is yet another Versace option, which is Yellow Diamonds. So this is kind of similar in strength to Bright Crystal. You know, I would say about 5-hour longevity, moderate projection. People will definitely notice that you're wearing it, but you know, nothing crazy, just kind of more on the subtle side. Now, this is more of a citrusy, Italian, Riviera, sort of beachside fragrance. It has some pears in it, has some florals, has a little bit of musk, a little bit of amberwood, but it's primarily floral and citrusy with a little bit of, you know, pear and fruit notes. But still super feminine, just kind of a different take on Bright Crystal. Super agreeable, likable fragrance. Another one that is really hard to go wrong with. You know, most 99% of the population will enjoy this. So again, kind of a foolproof option here. But that is my list for kind of holiday fragrances that are under $100. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, of course, leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.